Alright people, it's Spratt here, and today I have a kind of interesting commentary topic today. It's kind of been requested a lot, and I'm finally getting around to it. You know, I just want to say right now, I haven't been uploading much variety recently. I've been really busy with the university. I'm not trying to moan or anything. I'm just saying that it's kind of hard to make videos at this kind of stage at deadline time. So almost finished my deadlines though, so don't worry about, you know, me uploading the same videos over and over for you know, the next few months or so. It's only going to last maybe a week, but today it's a different video. Got a regular commentary, which has been a while, so yeah, we'll crack on. This is going to be kind of fun for me to talk about the past, and that's where I'm going to start really, because a lot of people want me to talk about what my kind of family think of this whole YouTube and gaming thing, and I wanted to start from the beginning because that's how I'm going to. You know, I should start at the beginning, otherwise it'll just make no sense. So this gameplay, however, is a Mirage hardpoint game with the DSR, big kill gameplay, but quite a few deaths. But I hope you still enjoy, and yeah, we're gonna crack on. So people wanted to know what my family think about me doing YouTube, me playing games a lot. You know, obviously it's not. When I first started, it wasn't really a regular. How can I put this? It wasn't really a popular thing. It wasn't really. It was very odd. It was very strange. You know, making videos on a game. It was about 5 years ago, I think I started. You know, it wasn't really a common thing back then, and they didn't understand it. So it was kind of odd to talk about and to get into really when your parents don't understand what you're trying to do. I started off basically getting a video camera and shoving it on top of like a stack of DVDs and then recording my gameplay that way. That was kind of the old school times. Like, people who come into making videos now and they basically just get a PVR straight away, it's they don't understand back then when, you know, people who were in the YouTube scene making videos, actually there weren't things like that to use. There was no PVR, there was no recording device way back then. But then they came up with this thing called a Dazzle, which could have been around actually, I don't know. I only found out a bit about it, you know, about a year in, maybe not even that actually, but probably about 6 months in. And I found out this thing that was called a Dazzle, which was a recording device, but it was standard definition, so nothing like the quality you can get nowadays. But back then it was you know, a crazy step up from stacking a camera on top of some videos or on some DVDs. So, you know, I really wanted it. You know, I obviously had like no subscribers, not many videos, and you know, I was just doing it because it was really fun for me. I wasn't good at editing. I wasn't very knowledgeable in kind of like technology and stuff. So this kind of device was kind of crazy to me. And obviously I didn't know much about it myself, so to tell my family about it, to you know, be able to get them to say, yeah, you can get one of those. It was kind of hard for me to kind of persuade them to get it. So I first off tried to explain the whole video thing and said, you know, I'll be recording my gameplay and I'll be putting it on YouTube and put it with some music and it'd be kind of fun. And they were like, well, we don't get, what's the point? And it was just like, oh god, you know, it's really hard to explain. They'd just be like, well, what's the point? It sounds pointless. So I was like, well, it's just something to do. It's kind of fun, and it kind of captures, you know, good moments when you're playing. So that never worked. You know, they didn't understand it. So if they don't understand it, they're not gonna let me get one. If that makes sense. You know, it happens with most things. If they don't get it, they're not gonna let me do it until they understand it. So basically, I had to kind of lie a little bit, and I said, well, you know, if I get this device, I can like record all your videos, because my mom still used a video recorder back then, tape recorder, whatever it is. This was obviously like 5 years ago, something like that, 4 or 5, maybe about 4. I don't know. It was a while ago. I should have checked before when I made my channel. But you know, I just said, well, you know, you've got all these videotapes, and basically I can just plug this into the TV, into the computer, and we can record them all and then put them on discs rather than videos. They're like, oh, that sounds great. Yeah, we'll let you get that then. So I bought that, and I was talking to Johnny, my mate Johnny, or Optic Wally, you guys know him, and he said the exact same thing pretty much. You know, it's kind of, I don't know how strange that is that we kind of said the same lie, but that's how I first got the recording device. Otherwise I probably wouldn't have been able to get one until I was older, because right then I was probably about 14, 15 or something. Like I said, I can't remember how long ago it was, but you know, I've been doing this thing for ages, so it kind of shows that, see the progression of all the devices and stuff. So yeah, I finally got that, and you know, for then on, I was just making videos. You know, it was montages. I didn't do commentaries. It was all about montages and stuff, and that was like COD 4, and then I didn't really play much World at War, and then I moved on to Modern Warfare 2, and that's when I decided to get a PVR. They were quite expensive. So, but it wasn't as hard to tell them about that. You know, I just said, you know, I want to get better videos. I had an opportunity to get a machinima, be a machinima director, which was crazy back then. You know, it's very exclusive, and my friend actually referred me, and they actually offered me the place. So, telling my family, I was like, well, I could potentially get paid for it, and they were like, oh, that doesn't sound right. And I was like, what do you mean? My dad thought it was illegal. He honestly thought it was illegal to make money off gaming videos. So, Dad, this is a company that work with like the makers of games. You know, they help promote the games. That it's not illegal or anything. So he spent, you know, weeks and months, you know, on and off talking to people on forums about the situation of making money off gaming videos, trying to find articles on it, and trying to find as much about it as he can, just so I don't get in trouble. You know, he's kind of protective like that, with kind of like the money side of things. You know, he's kind of smart. So obviously he doesn't understand it. He's obviously going to look into it. So, you know, I do understand that now, but at the time I was like so frustrated. I was like, just sign it. You know, I want to be a director. I want to put videos on Machinima, because back then it was absolutely insane to get a video on there. You know, that's what you work towards. So after months and months, he finally signed it, and I think it was on my birthday that I got my actual director's program signed thingy. So that was crazy, you know. And then I started making money from it, and then the whole situation changed. You know, they kind of laid off. You know, when they have a go at you when you play a little bit longer than usual for a day or something. They kind of laid off a bit. Didn't have a go at me. Go at me as much if I played a lot, because they understand that I was kind of making money from it. It's kind of shame that the money factor is a big part in it, of how the idea kind of changed about it. But you know, it happens, and it's how the world works, I guess. You know, money is a real, I don't know what the word is. I'll just stop. But basically, start making money from it, and that's when, you know, it all changed. I started to buy more things for my kind of setup, and they understood that it would help me, you know, in this whole gaming thing. So that was kind of cool, and you know, ever since then they still don't get it. They still don't understand it. Basically, when I tell people, I probably mentioned this in commentary, but basically when I tell people, I just say it's like watching a sports game or a football game, and there's the whole gameplay, well, not the whole gameplay, the whole match, and then it's usually commentated by someone, which sometimes I do. Well, back then I didn't really do commentaries, so I didn't really mention that. But then there's highlights, which is the best bits from each game put into one video. Usually, sometimes has a little tune on. If not, it'll just be the commentary from the actual game. So that's how I explained it. I just said that it was, you know, like highlights of the best moments of a game. So that's the easiest way to tell it. And if you're ever getting into YouTube and you want to tell someone what it's about, I'd probably go about that way of telling people, because it's really easier to understand, I think. Because, you know, it's very common nowadays, but it's still, a lot of people don't know what it is. I know that makes no sense if it's very common, but some people don't know what it is, and I honestly think that's the best way of explaining it. So anyway, getting sidetracked here. So basically, they don't really ask about it much, you know. It's not really a thing that they talk about with me, and it kind of sucks. But my granddad at least, he always asks me how this thing go. You know, he just said, "Oh, how's the video thing going on? Is it YouTube?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's going all right." You know, it's kind of weird that he asks about it and not my actual parents. But you know, he only knows how to work an email, so it's kind of funny that he asks. But that's kind of how it all works now. You know, they don't really talk about it that much. You know, I'll mention that I'll need some help about tax and things, because obviously I'm getting paid for it. I need sort of that. So my dad's always there if I need any help with finance, you know, questions and stuff, but they never really ask about it. You know, it's just something I do now. It's just a thing that, you know, it's a hobby that I'm doing at university. It's covering costs of a lot of things, which I can't thank you guys enough. You know, you're helping me get through university, which is something a lot of people struggle to do with money. So that's just insane. So I can't thank you guys enough for this opportunity and stuff. So yeah, you know, I covered a little bit, and you know, it's not really a big thing at the moment. Like a lot, I know Pomage, you probably listened to his commentary about it, you know, with his mum. She's kind of really supportive of it, whereas mine don't really even talk about it with me. So it's, you know, it's good job I've got friends to talk about it with. But yeah, that's about it. You know, that's what my parents think of this whole thing. They don't really think much of it. They probably know that it's not really a big thing, and it won't last. Well, not really a big thing. They probably know that it's not going to last very long, so they don't really talk about it that much. But anyway, that's the commentary done. I hope you enjoyed. I will speak to you guys later. Bye.